Hi friends, Cindy Huston here today with today's Yoga for Daily Living tip number 6, which is the practice of mantra or japa. And for any of you that practice yoga already, or any form of spiritual practices, you probably have heard of a mala. Some even call them rosaries in different practices. And really what a mala is it's a strand of beads. And the malas can be made from different seeds, woods, sometimes different gemstones or pearls. And they do have different significances, and it's really also whatever it is that you're believing or whatever it is that you're working with. And so on each strand of beads, there is the center one, which usually is tied together with some sort of bead or string, and this is considered to be the teacher bead or the guru bead. And people will come to these practices or be taught these practices as a form of meditation, as a way to clear the mind, as a way to set intentions. Some believe that you are gifted your mala from your teacher, and that once you have completed whatever it is that you're working with your mantra, oftentimes the mala or the meditation, oftentimes the mala will break. And that's just considered to be, by many, a sign that you have completed the karma, or you've completed whatever it is, or you've reached that level of that you're trying to access, however you want to look at it. So there's different beads, amount of beads on a mala. Traditionally, the malas have 108 beads on them. Sometimes there's a half mala, sometimes there's a quarter mala, depending on size. This is actually a 108 bead mala. And people will ask, well, why 108? Well, there's different beliefs of and connections, sacred connections to the number 108. It's a very spiritual number. Half of it is Shiva, half of it is Shakti. It said that we have 108 marma points, energy points in the body. It also is said that 108 is linked to the distance between the earth and the sun. There's a lot of different sacred geometry connections to 108. It's just considered to be a full evolution. So you can look more into that if you're wanting to learn more. It's kind of interesting. So what to do with your mala? How can you use this to support you for yoga for daily living? Well, to practice, you want to start, and I've been taught both ways, so I say whatever's working for you. I've been taught to draw the mala bead toward me. I'll face this way so you can see. To draw the mala bead toward me as you do your practice. I've also been taught to offer the mala bead out as an offering. So I guess whoever it is that you're practicing with and whatever your intention is, how you're choosing to use your mala, it's you don't want to, when you're completing a cycle, you don't want to cross over the teacher bead. So if you are doing multiple repetitions of whatever japa or meditation you're practicing, you just want to rotate it between your thumb and your ring finger, is what I have always been taught. If you've ever done any sort of new bird practice, each finger on each hand is connected to an element and a planet. The elements specifically are the fire is your thumb, your index finger is air, your middle finger is ether, your ring finger is earth, and your pinky finger is water. And so we're connecting the fire and the earth energy here when we do our practice. So I'm going to practice one of these rounds with you, 108. So you say, well, Cindy, maybe I don't have a mala yet. That's okay. Just tap your fingers, your thumb across each finger pad. We'll do that 108 times. And you can do that for now. Or, you could set, I know there's different timer apps. You could set an app to 108 repetitions, and then you would know you were done. So different practices. There are different sacred mantras that people will practice, and to the different yogis that came before us, such as Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, Shiva, the purifier, the transformer, Hanuman, the one of service and devotion, connecting us to our spirit and who we truly are, Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance and prosperity, Saraswati, the goddess of creativity and flow, But it doesn't have to be connected to a yogi. You might just want to meditate on peace or love or health or the planet. You can meditate on the mantra Om, which is said to be the sound of all things, when all things come together as one. So your choice. So we're going to practice all things coming together as one, the mantra of Om. So to start, I'm going to line up my mala, and it's good to have it at the heart. You don't want to drop your mala ever on the floor, because as you do your practices, the yogis say that you're infusing, the yoga teachers say that you're infusing your energy into this mala. So you're developing a connection, a relationship to it, whatever it is that you're working with it through your meditation. So we don't want to break that energy, and if you drop it, it's okay, but you want to try to really just hold it special. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do this mantra of Om. So just focus on your heart, and maybe whatever Om means to you. What does it mean to bring things together? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it feel like for you, for your community, for your planet? All right, I'm going to do a 108 cycle with you so you can get this practice. And I am doing the practice where I'm drawing the bead towards me. Okay? So just focus on your breath, get comfortable, or tap your fingers if you don't have a mala. Here we go. Take a breath out. Breathe in. Om. Switch. 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 Just focus on your heart. Om. Switch. And your intention. Om. Switch. 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 Switch. Om. Switch. Om. Switch. Om. Switch. Halfway there. Om. Switch. Om. Switch. Om. Switch. committed to your heart. Switch. 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 Switch 3/4 of the way. Switch. 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 Switch 3 more. Switch. Switch. Last one. Stay with your breath, feel it. Stay with your intention. That mantra of Om said to be the sound that's heard when all things come together as one. The people, the planets, the solar system, the animals, the plants, the seen, the unseen. We all come together as one. So that's japa, that's mantra. Just notice how you feel after your practice. Sometimes about halfway out it can be challenging to stick with it, but just stay with your commitment. For me, it helps to practice with a mala because it shows me, it lets me know how far I've traveled and how far I've yet to go, and so it's not a destination, but it gives you that sense of completion, at least for your practice in that moment or in the day. And of course, if you want to go back through, you just flip the mala and you bring the first bead, not the teacher bead that's connected to the string, but the one after. And then you can again draw the bead towards you. You can change your mantra. Maybe it's peace, peace, switch, peace, switch, peace, switch. And I encourage, instead of just rushing through, right, because the mind wants us to rush through, I encourage you to also take time as you say the word to allow it to go into your body. Also feel it, send it out, right? Really allow yourself to have some time with it. It's only 108, takes a few minutes, and it can be really beneficial. People have been practicing this practice for years, and it was passed on to me. Now I share it with you. And what do people do with their malas? Sometimes they'll put them around their neck. Some people will put them on their wrists. There's different meanings for what side of the wrist, so if you want to check that out. And that's it. So enjoy the practice. Take it with you. Share this video if you know someone that's having a hard time calming the mind, calming their system. This can be a practice that can be helpful. It's one of many. So thank you again for joining me for Yoga for Daily Living tip number 6, Mala Japa practice. Look forward to joining you tomorrow for tomorrow's daily tip, number 7. Talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy. Be good to each other. Be kind. We're all in this together. Bye for now.